They see us actually working and they see how our business is running, as opposed to it all being textbook and saying, well, this is how it should work. They actually are here when we have brides in and can see how it really happens. It's all about dreams, because it's not just coming in, buying a dress off the peg. They're coming in often having dreamt about this since being, you know, a little girl, and they have that vision in their head. So when they come in, they have really high expectations, and we have to meet that and exceed it every time, because the last thing we want is someone walking out the door feeling deflated, thinking, you know, I've been waiting for this all my life and now it's come and it's not right.
If we let anybody down through you know, the provision of a dress or even accessories, then it ruins a very special and indeed a very expensive day, not just for the bride, but for her groom and all the people wrapped around those two very special people. Well, the reason why we got involved with the source was because neither Francesca and I had really been involved in retailing as professional retailers, so we didn't know what we didn't know. And what we liked about the source was the breadth of knowledge that they could bring to the business, and not just educate us about modern day retailing, but also educate the staff. And what we really liked about it is the fact that they do it on a one-to-one basis.
It does take the pressure off us, because we are extremely busy, and if I'm not on shop floor, then we are out at meetings or meeting other designers or looking at new collections. So it's nice to be able to hand over to somebody else that can come in and take over that training side for us. You know, we're confident that they're in really good hands, because they're with people that have been in the retail business for so long that they know it inside out.
Our staff are generally older. Our oldest member of staff is, I think I'm out to say, well, I'll not mention her name, but she's 70. She's able to relate in a third dimension, which we as managers can't relate, which she relates to the people from the source in this three-dimensional way, then perhaps she's unable to relate to us as a, if you like, direct line managers.
I've done some retail before, but obviously when you take on your own business in retail, it's completely different. You come at it at a completely different angle. And to have somebody else there to say, well, actually, have you thought about this? You know, suddenly you'll think, oh yeah, it's a really simple thing, but you just didn't think of it because you kind of get in a little bubble. So it's nice to have somebody else there that can throw these things at you that you might never have thought of.
There's an awful lot of red tape running a business nowadays. There's a lot of potential litigation if you get things wrong. So there is a very dry element to what we have to learn, and the source is bringing a lot of that to the fore, because trying to keep up with current legislation and make sure that we have the policies and procedures in place for that for a small business again is very challenging.
We love the fact that we don't have to pay for anything, that, you know, it's not putting an extra strain on our business having to find funds to do things like that, that it's just, it's there and it's a good service, and it's not, you know, like I said, it's not costing us anything. That's a brilliant bonus for us.
It is, but time is money. You know, you have to be prepared to put the time in, because when the assessors leave, you know, there are things that you have to do outside of that. You get homework. It pays dividends. You know, every small business is time precious. You know you're investing time in something that's going to pay, that's going to deliver fruit on the tree later.